had no money, no formal education, and no connections. But he built an empire that changed the world. This is the story of a dirty-faced mechanic who dared to dream of speed, precision, and greatness. Soichiro Honda, no rich father, no fancy education, no backup plan, just oil-stained hands, and a dream louder than the world telling him no. Soichiro Honda wasn't supposed to change the world. He was just a poor blacksmith's son in a forgotten village in Japan, where dreams rust faster than metal. But this boy, he didn't care about odds. He didn't want to fit in. He wanted to go fast. Born in 1906 in a tiny village called Tenyu, Japan, Soichiro's childhood was far from luxurious. His father, a humble blacksmith, and his mother, a weaver, couldn't have imagined the empire their son would build. As a child, Soichiro would skip meals just to buy a bicycle part. He was obsessed with machines, watching cars pass through the village like magic. While other kids played, he studied engines from junkyard scraps. This wasn't just a hobby, it was an obsession that would shape his entire life. At 15, while other kids chased jobs, he chased engines. He packed up, left home, and slept on the floor of a Tokyo auto shop, grease under his fingernails, and no idea what came next. But every nut he tightened, every bolt he turned, was a step closer to his future. As an unpaid apprentice at an auto repair shop, Soichiro worked endlessly. He wasn't earning money, but he was earning something far more valuable: knowledge. He absorbed everything he could about engines, mechanics, and the art of building machines. Eventually, armed with the skills he'd honed in Tokyo, Soichiro returned home and opened his own repair shop. It wasn't much, but it was a start. It was his first step towards building an empire. He wasn't the smartest kid, couldn't pass his exams, got laughed out of meetings. Even Toyota rejected his designs. But Soichiro Honda had something that textbooks couldn't teach: intuitive engineering genius. He might have dropped out of school, but his mind never stopped learning, never stopped innovating. When he patented a new piston ring design, he thought he'd hit the jackpot. But Toyota, the company he dreamed of working with, rejected him. Most people would have given up, not Soichiro. He went back to school not for a degree, but to learn metallurgy and perfect his design. He didn't let rejection stop him. He let it refine him. But when the world slammed the door, Soichiro built his own factory. Then came the war. His factory bombed. The rebuild, crushed by an earthquake. His dream burned to the ground. Most people would quit. He didn't. Out of the ashes, Soichiro started again with nothing but a bicycle engine and an idea. He sold what little he had, started over with nothing but his bare hands and an unbreakable spirit. And from that rubble, Honda was born. Not just a company, a revolution. In post-war Japan, where resources were scarce and hope even scarcer, Soichiro saw an opportunity. People needed to move, to rebuild, to start over just like him. So he built a motorized bicycle, a simple machine that could help people travel in a country struggling to get back on its feet. It wasn't fancy, it wasn't luxurious, but it was exactly what people needed, and it took off like wildfire. 1948, the Honda Motor Company was born. But Soichiro wasn't interested in just making machines. He wanted to make the best machines, focus on innovation, speed, and reliability. Every product that bore the Honda name had to live up to his exacting standards. From motorbikes in war-torn streets, to cars that raced through cities around the world, to Formula One trophies and a global empire. The world was about to witness the rise of a giant. Honda launched the Super Cub, a motorcycle so successful, so widely produced, that it became the world's most produced motor vehicle. It wasn't just a bike. It was a symbol of freedom, of progress, of the new Japan rising from the ashes of war. In the 1960s, Honda set its sights on the US market. With the slogan, "You meet the nicest people on a Honda." They didn't just sell motorcycles, they sold a lifestyle, and America bought it. Honda dominated motorcycle sales, changing the image of bikers from rough outlaws to everyday people enjoying the open road. But Soichiro Honda wasn't content with just motorcycles. He had bigger dreams. He wanted to conquer the automotive world. When Honda started making cars, They didn't try to out-luxury the luxury brands or out-muscle the muscle cars. Instead, they focused on what Soichiro knew: best engineering excellence. The Honda Civic and Accord weren't the flashiest cars on the road, but they were durable, fuel-efficient, and reliable. In a world of gas guzzlers, Honda offered something different, and people loved it. But Soichiro's ultimate dream was to prove Honda's engineering prowess on the world stage. What better stage than Formula One racing? Against all odds, Honda became the first Japanese car to win at Formula One, shocking the automotive world and cementing Honda's reputation for excellence. The world told him to stop. He hit the gas instead. Soichiro Honda retired in 1973, but his vision lived on. The company he built from scrap parts had become a global empire, a symbol of resilience, innovation, and the power of dreaming big. He didn't follow the system, he built his own. From a tiny village in Japan to the pinnacle of the automotive world, Soichiro Honda's journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, innovation, and the courage to dream big. So the next time someone says you're not smart enough, not lucky enough, ... not rich enough to make it, remember Soichiro Honda? Remember the boy who skipped meals to buy bicycle parts? Remember the young man who slept on a garage floor, covered in grease, chasing his dreams? Remember the innovator who turned rejection into motivation, who built an empire from the ashes of war and disaster? You don't need a rich family or perfect grades to build something great. All you need is obsession, grit, and the courage to fail forward. If Soichiro Honda could do it from a tiny village in Japan, what's stopping you? Your dream might seem impossible. The odds might seem stacked against you. The world might be telling you no. But remember, every great journey starts with a single step. Every empire starts with a single idea. Every legend starts as just another person crazy enough to believe in themselves. So what are you waiting for? Start your engine. Rev up your dreams. Hit the gas on your ambitions. Because who knows, maybe one day they'll be telling your story. The story of how you, against all odds, changed the world, just like a poor Japanese boy named Soichiro Honda.